A reality show features various couples navigating their relationships. Among them, Jasmine Pineda and Gino Palazzolo are exploring their open marriage with Matt Brannis. Elizabeth Potthast and Andrei Kostrevic are considering moving from Florida to Moldova, Andrei's home country. Lauren Brovarnik is shown as a dissenting voice regarding Andrei pressuring Elizabeth to relocate. Tigger Lily Taylor and Adnan Abdelfattah, who have a 19-year age gap, are also part of the series, with Adnan advocating for Tigger Lily to embrace his faith. While all couples face challenges, Cara Leona and Guillermo Roger appear to be experiencing significant difficulties. They married in 2021 and soon after welcomed their son, Nicholas. Their relationship has since been strained by differing life aspirations and career paths. Issues faced by Cara. While their relationship was not without its problems, Cara and Guillermo initially seemed committed to resolving their differences. However, Cara often faces criticism for her communication style with Guillermo. Early in their relationship, Cara managed their finances, which drew negative reactions from some viewers who perceived her as condescending for suggesting Guillermo was less capable in financial matters. Her past social activities and a prior relationship issue also contributed to a negative perception. Guillermo's actions raised concerns. Despite areas where Cara could improve, recent episodes suggest Guillermo's behavior is contributing to the relationship's strain. His decision to leave his job, which offered good benefits, without clear future plans, indicates a lack of foresight. His ambition to become a pilot also seems to be prioritized over family needs. One online comment noted, "She bought him a truck for his business, and he couldn't even try to get it started." Another person echoed this, stating, "He's putting all the pressure and stress on his wife while he goes and chases his expensive dream." Relationship status unclear. While Cara and Guillermo are shown working through their issues on the program, there are indications their relationship may have ended. Neither has been posting affectionate content with the other on social media. They also did not publicly acknowledge each other on Valentine's Day. Furthermore, Cara has reportedly reverted to her maiden name, Cara Leona, after having adopted Roger as her last name post-marriage. Despite these signs, it's possible they may have resolved their differences. The camera's red light glowed, an ever-present eye in the lives of the couples on Marital Crossroads, a reality show designed to expose the raw, unvarnished truths of relationships under pressure. Each week, millions tuned in, not just for the drama, but for a glimpse into the intricate dance of love, compromise, and self-discovery. This season, the stakes felt higher, the cracks deeper, and the futures more uncertain than ever before. Jasmine Pineda, with her fiery spirit and unyielding honesty, sat opposite Gino Palazzolo, whose quiet demeanor often masked a deep-seated anxiety. Their open marriage experiment, involving Matt Brannis, had become the season's most controversial storyline. "It's about honesty, Gino," Jasmine had declared in a recent confessional, her voice echoing through their minimalist living room. "It's about exploring connections without fear, without shame." Gino, however, fidgeted, his signature hat pulled low. He'd agreed, yes, but the reality of Matt's presence, the casual way Jasmine spoke of their shared experiences, gnawed at him. He found himself replaying conversations, analyzing glances, a silent battle raging within him between his desire to please Jasmine and a primal sense of possessiveness he hadn't known he possessed. Matt, for his part, was a whirlwind of easy charm, seemingly unfazed by the cameras, adding another layer of complexity to their already fragile dynamic. The viewers, meanwhile, were split, some hailing Jasmine as a pioneer, others condemning the unconventional arrangement as a recipe for disaster. Across the country, the Florida sunshine felt less bright for Elizabeth Potthast as she listened to Andrei Kostrevic's latest impassioned plea. "Moldova, Liddy. It's our future, our roots, our family." Andrei's voice boomed, his hands gesturing emphatically. For months, the idea of relocating to his home country had been a simmering point of contention. Elizabeth, caught between her husband's fervent wishes and her own deep ties to Florida, felt torn. Her sister, Lauren Brovarnik, had become the unlikely voice of dissent, her concern for Elizabeth palpable. "He's pressuring you, Libby. Don't you see it?" Lauren had confronted Andre directly, her usually bubbly personality replaced by a fierce protectiveness. The confrontation had been explosive, a raw display of familial loyalty, clashing with marital ambition. Elizabeth loved Andre, but the thought of uprooting her life, her child's life, for a future she couldn't quite visualize, filled her with a quiet dread that the cameras, with their relentless gaze, seemed to amplify. Then there were Tiger Lily Taylor and Adnan Abdel Fattah. Their 19-year age gap, a constant whisper in the background, overshadowed now by a more profound ideological rift. Adnan, devout and traditional, yearned for Tiger Lily, a Christian, to embrace Islam. "It would complete us, Habibti," he'd murmured one evening, his eyes earnest. Tiger Lily, though deeply in love, felt a profound internal conflict. Her faith was a cornerstone of her identity, instilled since childhood. The thought of abandoning it, even for Adnan, felt like a betrayal of herself. She spent hours in quiet contemplation, reading, researching, trying to reconcile her heart's desire with her soul's conviction. Adnan, while patient, grew increasingly hopeful, misinterpreting her contemplation as a sign of impending conversion, adding an unspoken pressure that weighed heavily on Tiger Lily's spirit. Their journey was a delicate tightrope walk between love and deeply held beliefs, a testament to the complex negotiations required when two worlds collide. But it was Cara Leona and Guillermo Roger who seemed to embody the most profound struggles, their once vibrant connection now frayed at the edges. They had married in 2021, a whirlwind romance culminating in a joyous pregnancy and the birth of their son, Nicholas. Yet the demands of parenthood, coupled with their divergent aspirations, had chipped away at their foundation. In the early days of Guillermo's arrival in the United States, Cara had taken the reins, particularly concerning their finances. She saw it as practical, efficient. "Guillermo, honey, we need to stick to this budget," she'd explained, pointing to a meticulously crafted spreadsheet. "Every dollar counts, especially now." But her tone, often unintentionally, carried an air of authority that many viewers, and sometimes Guillermo himself, perceived as condescending. She'd been the primary earner, the one with the established career, and in her mind, she was simply being responsible. Yet, the online forums buzzed with criticism. "She treats him like a child. Cara needs to let him breathe." Her past, a youthful period marked by a more uninhibited social life and a publicly known cheating incident from a previous relationship, only fueled the narrative of her as the villain. She felt misunderstood, unfairly judged, but the cameras captured every nuance, every sigh, every roll of the eye, painting a picture she struggled to recognize as herself. Guillermo, initially eager to please, had felt the sting of these perceptions. He'd worked hard, learned English, and tried to adapt to a new culture, but the constant implication that he was less capable, especially financially, chipped away at his confidence. He yearned for independence, for a path that was truly his own. This yearning had led to a decision that sent shockwaves through their already fragile peace. He quit his stable job, one with excellent benefits, to pursue his lifelong dream of becoming a pilot. The news landed like a bomb in their small apartment. A pilot, Guillermo. Now, Cara's voice was a tight whisper, laced with disbelief. "We have Nicholas. We have bills. What about the benefits? The security?" Guillermo, his eyes alight with a rare passion, tried to explain. "This is my chance, Cara. My dream. I can't let it pass. I'll get my license. I'll fly. It's a huge income potential." But potential didn't pay for diapers or rent. Cara felt a cold dread settle in her stomach. She saw his ambition not as inspiring, but as reckless, a selfish pursuit that ignored the very real needs of their young family. The financial burden, which she had always carried with a mix of pride and resentment, now felt crushing. She was back to being the sole provider, while he chased an expensive dream. As one Redditor had so accurately put it, the tension escalated, manifesting in small daily skirmishes. One afternoon, a package arrived, parts for a lawn care business Guillermo had briefly considered, a venture Kara had supported by buying him a truck. The truck sat idle, the parts unopened. She bought him a truck for his lawn care business, and he couldn't even try to get it started. A comment online had stated, reflecting a widespread frustration. Kara saw it as another unfinished project, another fleeting ambition that drained their resources without yielding results. Guillermo saw it as a temporary detour, a stepping stone to something greater, but he couldn't articulate it in a way that resonated with Kara's practical concerns.